What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the third week of the Game Code. Hugh here, coming at you, taking 5 to 10 minutes out of my week to talk about things that I find important and that are just really cool going on with games. All right, guys, let's talk about it. I've got 2 things again today. Real quick, we'll jump into the first one. If you haven't seen, there has been a new trailer released for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom coming out here in, I believe, May. I'll have to double check on that. I'll put the description or the date down in the description here for the podcast and for the YouTube video. But real quick, a lot of this is why I'm taking it as the front story. Not a lot of new story beats or any new information about what is going to happen in the actual game. It is a lot of glorious, beautiful screenshots and gameplay demos, highlighting a bunch of new battle techniques and a lot of new abilities that Link has that we've seen in previous demonstrations from the directors. The main part of this entire trailer really doesn't come to show until the very end, where we see the rebirth of Ganon. Spoilers! Should have said that earlier, but the rebirth of Ganon. You go through the whole thing, and it looks like Zelda gets separated from Link, and Link is trying to either locate her, is kind of the gist I'm getting. But on the world of Hyrule, I guess somehow they were investigating, out of all the things I've seen from all the progressions up till now, that Zelda and Link find the body of Ganon that is below the castle, and somehow they revive him, and we finally get to see and hear, because he has a voice actor. Shocked. Has a voice actor. Ganon. I think the quote is, "You get to witness the rebirth of a king and the new rule of his kingdom." Looks great. Really excited for it. I will link the video below so you can see as well. But just want to let y'all know, it's out. Go watch it. It did its job. Has me hyped for the game. All right, jumping into my main discussion and main topic I wanted to bring up today. There was a state of play that really highlighted all things new about Final Fantasy 16. Haven't really talked about this one yet. I've been a big Final Fantasy nerd ever since 7. I need to go back and play some of the older ones, but 7 on, I've played practically every single one. Not the online games, but all the RPGs since then. And with this, I won't spend too long on the description because, again, this series has been out for 35 years, and we can assume the story and visuals are going to be spectacular. We see that in everything demoed here, but they did actually divulge and go into a lot about what is to be expected, or what we can talk about with story, some of the beats about the main character, and the world that we're in with this game. So with this game, let's start out with the main character. His name is Clive Rosefield, or Rossfield. I believe it is Rossfield. And this story really does center around him. They think they said in the trailer, or the state of play, in his teens, 20s, and 30s. So you start out the game in his 20s and quickly go into a flashback where you actually play through as Clive in his teens, and then progress into his 20s and so on into his 30s. In this game, you do have a wide variety of new terms. I know that I heard a lot of times the words dominants, which are going to be the people who control the icons. I'll throw up the actual verbiage or how that's written here as well. Those icons are going to be the new summons of the game. The summons are going to be things we've seen in the trailer: Ifrit, Shiva, Titan, Phoenix. I believe I saw Ixion as well. So I guess the dominants are going to be the people who have and control and use the power of those icons, one of them being Clive. That being said, the combat is where they really, really highlighted here in the trailer and the gameplay. With the combat, everything is going to be very open world live action. Nothing is turn-based. It has gone to full on, I don't want to say Souls-like yet. I haven't played it. I don't know, but it's very awesome with the combat. The combat does center around strictly Clive. There will be other people who would accompany you along in battle as well. But your companions are completely AI based and will develop their fight style and what they do based on how your play style progresses in the battle. One constant you do have, which you could possibly give commands to, is your canine companion Torgal. This dog, it's like a wolf. He is completely autonomous and will do what he wants, but you are capable of giving him commands for certain moves or things to do. I would guess like heal, distract. They weren't very specific on what you could actually do with that. With that also being said, the icons, the battles that they're having with the icons seem to be literally the highlight of this game. There are huge, broad stroke scenes of just Ifrit running across Titan, fighting Titan, Ifrit running up mountains, getting attacked by Ixion, Phoenix having flight battles with other flying icons as well. It looks gorgeous, like I've said already, but that seems to be the main centerpiece of this game and what they're really, really wanting to highlight as well. With that, the way the combat styles go, you do learn actual combat moves and abilities based off of the icons you have fought and defeated, I'm assuming. I don't believe they go into too much detail there, but there's your upgrade trees. You have the abilities based off of those icons. And you can go through and use your ability points to upgrade as you see fit. You also have the ability to let the game choose for you, which I find extremely interesting, that you can just kind of negate all that. Don't even worry about it. You can just jump in and be completely story driven and not worry about all the little details on the backside. And with that, they've really made this one more accessible, or it seems like they're trying to make this one more accessible to people. They've really emphasized kind of making this easy to pick up and not taxing to people who haven't ever really played role-based games before. What I'm trying to get into is they actually have an entire section. It's kind of like easy mode, but it is going to be, I'm trying to think of the name of it, story focus. There we go. Story focus mode, which is going to be easy mode, and it auto equips specific accessories on you at the beginning of the game. Some of those are like the Ring of Timely Strikes or the Ring of Timely Evasions, which give you larger times to parry, making it easier so you're only hitting one button when you're attacking. And there's one accessory apparently that completely automates evasions. You don't even have to worry about hitting a button. It will automatically do it for you. So like I said, they're very pushing to make this one a lot more accessible and a lot easier to have more people kind of pick up this type of game and really get into this franchise. And hopefully that works. I've enjoyed Final Fantasy for a long time. Some I enjoy more because of the story. I've been a big Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 10 player. 13 was pretty good. Some of the ones in between aren't really my favorite, but those are like my main highlights. So I'm really looking forward to this one. 15 was really good. It looks like a lot of the same type of graphics and play style as 15 had as well. Some of the other quick little things that I picked up, that you do have a lot of history in this game, and I guess there's some secrets you can go into in side quest. One of the things they really hinted at, or they didn't really hint, they just quickly hinted at, was this thing called the Fallen, which is a civilization shrouded in complete mystery. And there's this actual historian you can work with in your little hideout, which is Cid's hideout, that actually lets you develop and work on tomes to see kind of the history of the world. So I think there's going to be a lot of delving into and having side quests as well. And then the navigation is really open world. There's a huge map that you can access new areas as you progress through the story. With that being said, that's going to open up your new areas so you can travel and your new side quest to go place to place, but it is going to be one large map. All of this is really highlighted in the state of play video, and again, I will link that in the description so you all can go see that as well. But the video is almost 30 minutes. I don't have as much time here because again, I try to keep these to 5 to 10 minutes. So I could go into this discussion forever. I might make a longer video about this also when it comes closer to being released. But that's the quick overview of the state of play. A lot of new gameplay, a lot of new quick story beats about what you're going to expect, and a lot of world building. And again, the graphics and story and elements like that always, as expected, look amazing. Cannot wait to play this, just like Legend of Zelda I talked about before. But I hope you all are enjoying these quick weekly beats on what's going on in the story. Sorry, what's going on in gaming news. But I will catch every single one of you all in the next one. Peace.